Yes, everybody.
It's nice to be back inside. Although
It's not really. I liked yesterday. I mean, it's nice to be here back at Rabs, but yesterday was special.
Yesterday was special. Well,
and I liked it.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And welcome to Live from Rabs, from inside Rabs Country Lanes.
And if you're missing any thumb inserts, I have 2 here. I have another one, which I will break.
Those were found in 29 and 30 and 31 and 32.
So if, well, I'll announce what we're going to be doing with the Pro Shop later on today. So when we get to that,
so if you lost your thumbs,
if you lost a thumb, I have a red one.
29 and 30 and 31 and 32, and God knows when we found them.
And it's black. This one is.
It's amazing.
Ooh, this one is really not really a big thumb.
It's amazing.
One of them is bigger. I mean, I have a big thumb, but
it's amazing when you lose them, they really like fall into the abyss. So unless you're like digging and
right,
like where they were,
right, because they bounce. Once they come out, they could go anywhere.
Yeah. So whatever. Anyway, they're going to be in the Pro Shop for you when we finally get to return. Well, welcome. And if you tuned in yesterday we took the show on the road, and we dined out al fresco style.
It was definitely wonderful
at Max's Escas up the block. We had a great afternoon with Pam, and so we apologize. We know we have to go back to the list of things.
Yes,
things that we're learning.
Yes, and we learned yesterday.
Yesterday we learned, when we take our stuff on the go, we're all prepared and ready to roll. But you don't know the elements, and so you try to
make do as well as you can.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes next week, because we're going to do it again. Next week we're headed over to
Peso
on the North Shore. This way. Right, that way.
It's that way.
We'll have some tapas, and we'll
already picking out what I'm.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was but we apologize we had some sounds. Poor Mr. Rogers won't stand up today. We had some sound issues, and it was the background noise of whatever it might have been. So anyway, it was a good show. They were great, I have to say. The food was awesome as always. On point. Service was great, and not just because we were there. And with Pam, because
we saw everything that was going on. We watched, service was good for everyone, and it was wonderful.
Kathy lost a pair of glasses. Well, they might be here somewhere. If you've left glasses here, I'm sure they're in the pile, or not. Those don't get lost in the lanes, though, like the thumbs.
No, unless something really, really. Really bad happens. We really don't want to find eyeglasses in the bowl return.
No, we find many things
in the underground.
I don't know. I mean, we've been at this for 91 episodes now.
91.
So there's over 91 days that we've been doing this. At some point in the beginning of the show, we were talking about all the different things that we found in the. Actually, you know what? If you go back and look at the show where when Nazareth went on assignment. With Jimmy.
Oh, when I was that was a pretty early.
In the back,
I was in the
earlier
first
in our
weeks.
episodes. I think we talked about it then, and we have this beautiful view of Jimmy's back to us today. He's working on lane 32. Hey, Jim, what are you working on? A broken rake.
How did a rake get broken?
Yeah, nobody's here to hit a rake. So, how are you today, Naz?
I'm good. I'm good.
Get a haircut?
I did. Got my hair cut, and it was packed. That's the place to be now.
The hair salon.
The ladies are out. I was I'm a in and out, just cut my hair and no color or anything fancy. And I do have some grays coming in.
Yeah, but you can't see them, so it's not like
she said that. She goes, listen, just go in there and use the spray and you won't even see them. I don't even need to do that. If they're gray, they're gray.
I've got more grays than you, and you are...
twice your age, pretty much.
Yeah. So, if one of those thumbs is Kayla's, well, when we open up, and they'll be here.
Yep.
They'll certainly be here if one of them happens to be hers.
It's maybe the black one, because that's the smaller one. And that,
like a lady's thumb.
It fits my thumb, so it's more likely it's a girl's or a woman's thumb.
Yeah, definitely is. I mean, we can have.
Well, there are guys that would have small thumbs.
Could be.
You know what they say.
Small
thumb, small thumb.
Thumb holes, small gloves.
No, small gloves. That's exactly what they say.
It was nice to be. So not only, Nazareth, we got out twice yesterday. We went out for lunch for our show on the road, al fresco style, and then we had the great opportunity. With our North Shore Rotary Club family, we got together. We tailgated last night. It was just nice to see everybody in person, we brought our own food and drinks and hung out in the parking lot, which was great.
Yeah.
And after you left, of course, we're on Forest Avenue, and somebody says, "Well, let's go get a drink." And so we went to go get a drink. And if you have you driven by the Kettle Black in Hobart?
Oh, it's been like that. Yes.
Oh, yeah, no. It was like
craziness.
10 o'clock.
Hobart, I think, is actually worse than Kettle Black.
Hey, Marco, can you see if someone's at the door? Okay. They're calling my phone. Somebody's at the door calling my phone. So
it was disturbing to me.
Yeah, so we
drive past there all the time. So we went over close to my house.
We went over to the Kettle Black, and I was I was surprised and not surprised. It was loaded with people.
Hobart is worse.
Hobart was actually last night. Both places had a lot of people.
Yeah, but Hobart's got that.
But I have to say,
alleyway.
The experience itself I thought was cool. Window, order your drinks.
Too many people.
There were too many people
together.
We were fortunate that where we were when we wound up sitting, with nobody around us, so it was fine. I mean, I don't know if I would have stayed if it was everybody but a pretty large crowd outside. I like the concept, that we don't have the grab and carry, the carry and go law here.
What's going on?
I don't think he's going to be able to get out.
Okay, well, Tina's there.
Somebody picked up some pizza.
He was here for a while.
So
he was sitting on.
So anyway, the window you order and you go. So which I think is great. I'd like to. That is an area where that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Where a couple of all those restaurants over time, not necessarily now, but over time.
I mean, Forest Avenue is a pretty big thoroughfare.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the street thing. Take the street. I'm just talking about the ability to take a drink, go bar hop type thing in a safe quarters, go to the restaurants and visit. Kind of like, listen, New Orleans, you have different opportunities for. I think that would be the spot to do it. I think it's not a bad thing. The whole blocking off the street thing, I'm a little concerned. I sat in the street.
Only because if I had a business on that block, I probably wouldn't be super happy.
What?
And we talked about it with Pam yesterday that, once you change people's habits and they start to take a different route to go somewhere, they normally don't go back to their old route. So,
of course. Yeah.
So, So in that way, but
I'm taking the street thing out of the equation. The street thing is a little disturbing to me to an extent. If it's not a bit like Minthorn Street would be the perfect opportunity to close off the block and use the street. There's nobody driving by, but that Forest Avenue thing.
I use that block though sometimes.
But you wouldn't have to.
No, absolutely
it's a street that you don't have to use.
You definitely do not have to use.
Forest Avenue, you've got to use. And so I sat there and I was like, people driving stupid because they're looking and honking. And I was like, this isn't safe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But listen, kudos to them for thinking out of the box and for, coming up with a different way of serving their people.
It's awesome.
And people are out there.
So speaking of serving people, today's guests, our good friend, Kristine Garlisi, she, we could she's officially the chief of staff of the Nicotra group.
Do you want to give her an official guru title?
I haven't gotten
because I know you like to do that.
I have to. Kristine needs a Frankie title because she's all over the place. She's awesome.
Hospitality guru.
Oh, there you go. Our hospitality guru. There we go. And so let's check in with Kristine. Hi, Kristine.
Hi, Kristine.
Hi. How are you?
We're doing great. How are you?
Doing so well, and so glad to join you today. And your hair looks fabulous, Naz.
Well, listen, my head feels light. I was starting to feel like a bobblehead a little bit because I felt like I had so much hair. But yeah,
bobblehead. Yeah. Hey, so one, how are you, and how have you and your family been holding up during?
You have some people backstage there.
Yeah. You know, so we moved to this area a while ago because we were told that they were working down that way, and now they've crept up on us again. So I think we're gonna have to start moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working. Jimmy and Michael have to be working right here with us today. So which is wonderful.
If there's anything that 2020 has taught us, it's to be flexible and keep going.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We can keep going. We are well. Thank you for asking. My work family and my home family, all well. And, you know, doing the best we can to make the best of things. And, you know, Naz was talking about her getting her hair cut. And I was kind of laughing because I have been the hairdresser for my house since this all started. And my teenage daughter wanted a big haircut. And I was so nervous about doing that for her. But you know what? It's been a fun experience, and I think she'll always remember that I was the one that chopped about 5 inches off her hair.
Oh, very brave.
Yeah, that's
yes. And my husband has been commuting and going into work this whole time, so I've been giving him haircuts. So who knows? There might be a change of career coming up.
You know.
Sure.
So did you put your initials in Roy's hair?
Yes, I'm going to slightly put it just in the back. It's kind of like one of those Easter eggs when you watch a movie. You have to get close.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that you guys are well. And
Thank you.
Same thing here. It's just been, it's a lot. But we're just, we're trucking along. Hey, we got to even hear some pins crash today.
Wonderful.
We don't get this. We don't know.
Well, you never hear that when I'm bowling, so I'll enjoy the sound.
Jim, so close.
Good job, Jim.
How is so the Hilton, the Hampton, the properties at South Avenue? What's going on? I mean, that's a big question. So. Start with the hotel property and the hotel business throughout this whole.
And they got all that construction going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Nicotra Group is Staten Island's largest private real estate developer, and so Lois and Richard Nicotra own the Hilton Garden Inn and the Hampton Inn and Suites on Staten Island on South Avenue, and they also have a number of office buildings, all of which were operational during this time because all of them are essential. We were fully committed at both hotels for all of this period. So we've had staff working, of course, like many hospitality areas, we've been impacted temporarily, had to suspend some operations, but we're gearing up to get back in action. Lorenzo's has it to go. So if anybody wants to pick up from Lorenzo's, you can call ahead. You call the Hilton 718-477-2400. And we have our menu on our lorenzosdining.com website. And I have to tell you, I forget the commercial where somebody used to say, it might have been the hair club actually used to say, I'm not just the spokesperson, I'm a client too.
Yeah.
But I think it was, right? We're talking about hair this whole time. Meanwhile, I have my hair pulled back. That we picked up from Lorenzo's for my family, and I actually texted Corinne Arena, who's the general manager, when I got home and started unpacking everything. And I said, you transitioned the items beautifully. She had all the sauces separated. It takes thought. It's not just plating an item like you would in the restaurant. You have to plate it to travel. And so we've spent a lot of time getting ready for this, and we're ready to go. So Lorenzo's to go. And something we're proud of is we partnered with Renato's Bakery. So Michael from Renato's, if you order 24 hours in advance, we can do a specialty cake that you pick up at Lorenzo's. So I ordered the dinner, and I got a graduation cake for my daughter who graduated from high school, all in one spot. I pulled right up to Lorenzo's. And I keep teasing Mr. and Mrs. Nicotra, and I say, if we could just guarantee that you'll be the one to put it in everyone's trunk, we'll get a lot of business.
That's true. So, you guys just reopened Lorenzo's, right? That was very recent.
Lorenzo's has been open, but our Lorenzo's to go launched the first week of June. Lorenzo's has been open because we also serve our Corporate Park of Staten Island tenants, so they've been coming to grab lunch and go. Nobody can eat in the restaurant right now, but they can grab it and go. And also our hotel guests, so we never closed. You know, but just a more limited function. But June 1st, we launched our Lorenzo's to go. And, you know, the whole time our staff has really been working hard to serve our tenants and our guests who are essential. So, you know, tenants who are medical tenants, they've been open the whole time. And of course, we're building a building that was declared essential by New York City, and that is Corporate Commons 3. So we have had a lot going on. We miss our team. We can't wait to be fully functional. So, you know, we're eager to return safely. We want to make sure our guests, our tenants, and our team, that everybody is safe and comfortable coming back. So we've been also working on all of that, as every business has. I mean, you know, just rethinking the hallway, the traffic, the elevators, all of that. It's huge. And for a company that has 1.5 million square feet, it's a big undertaking. We're a small business with a big footprint. Yeah,
without a doubt. And so, and because of the catering side of the business, which is a whole nother element, you guys have multiple facets of opening and opportunities to moving forward. So restaurant phasing is opening, which is great. So to go, place your orders. People have been in the hotel, as you were saying. So what kind of clients have been in and out of the hotel during this time?
Well, they're still there. And, you know, hospitality means you can't talk about exactly who's there. But we've been very proud to serve those who are serving. So I'll leave it at that. And tell the story later on. But, you know, as always, Lois and Richard Nicotra worked very quickly when this started to make sure that we were going to be staffed and operational. And, you know, we're looking forward to bringing a lot of our staff back. We're like every other business, we've been impacted. But one of the things we've really focused on, and some kind of, I just want to mention that, and thank you for putting the phone number up so quickly. Very impressive. I like, very well done, is our Love Staten Island group. So I would just invite everybody, and I see some wonderful names. I shared it in our group. I see people commenting. Our Love Staten Island group has grown so beautifully. We've added another 2,000 members since March. And we are so excited that every day, no matter what was happening, Love Staten Island on Facebook, you can find us at Love Staten Island. We have shared an optimistic thought every single day since March. So normally we would use this group, which was started because Lois and Richard Nicotra love our borough so very much, and they have a nonprofit group that benefits nonprofits on Staten Island. Normally we would focus on highlighting our nonprofit groups, highlighting the Nicotra's Commons Cafe, which will be reopening again this fall. Yeah, so we're excited about that. But what we did is we took this group and we used it to connect to every, I would say every neighborhood on Staten Island, and shine a light on anyone who was helping our borough during this time. So in a way, I kind of tease that I've become Staten Island's PR person. I will, if someone's doing something good, I'm on it, and I want to share it on behalf of Lois and Richard Nicotra. So I might just hang this around my neck as my new necklace. And nice big accessory.
Guru. Oh, she's there you go.
She's the love guru.
So, you know, I really feel like there's no better thing to do than to check in daily with a little dose of optimism. That's and awesome. To connect with 5,000 other people in our borough who are, there's no negativity in our group. There's reality. We're not, you know, we're not naive. but we are working hard towards seeing the good in the community and highlighting it. And it's been a joy. It's been a found treasure. And for all the Love Staten Island people who are watching now or watch later, they have lifted up my day. So they are very appreciative all the time. They're so kind to me, but they have lifted my day.
Yeah. And it's great to see that too, because we need more. We say it all the time. We need more love, and we need more kindness. So I was going to touch on that, and so I'm glad you jumped into that. What was I have to say, creative to get that group and page going? What was really the driver behind that?
The big, huge love sign out by
right. It had to be a little bit more than just the sign.
I had a sign. You know what? Last February, not this February, but last February 2019, I received an invitation from Facebook to go to California, and they messaged me on my personal page, and they said, "We love what you're doing with the positivity of the Commons Cafe and the Nicotra group." Myself and Michael Peltzar, we do the social media for the Nicotra group. We have 22 different pages we manage across 5 platforms. So we are very active on social media. We have about 50,000 people locally who connect with us on social. So when Facebook messaged us, even though we're active, I tell you, I thought it was a hoax and I deleted it. So, because I'm no fool. I'm not going to get suckered into that. And they were great because they were aggressive, and they kept messaging me, and then they emailed and said, "No, really, it is Facebook. We'd like to invite you to come to California to our headquarters. We'd like to have you meet other community leaders who are engaging in a positive way with their community." And sure enough, about 100 people, but from around the world, and you had to be invited. And then after being invited, I had to apply, and I was vetted, and I spent 3 days in California learning from the head of Facebook and Instagram, and Mark Zuckerberg spoke to us, and Sheryl Sandberg. And while I was sitting there, they kept talking about the importance of groups on Facebook. And sitting right in Facebook headquarters, I turned to Michael and I said, "What if we start a group called Love Staten Island, and we really promote the Nicotra's optimism and affection for the borough proudly, say it loud and proud." And it grew right at Facebook headquarters. Our group started.
That's cool.
That's great.
I've had the opportunity to go over to Twitter headquarters, and very similar, and Google, and so these campuses are huge, but they've got the culture alone. But to sit in those rooms and listen to a lot of them speak about different things, it's just amazing. And so, yeah, some of the ideas that have come out from here are exactly sparked by having those opportunities. So that's really cool. And so keep on keeping on, because I think that
we definitely need more of that on Staten Island.
Yeah, we do. And the Commons Cafe, a little hidden gem in the teleport property, which I love. If I'm in the neighborhood, or I go a little bit out of the way and make sure to get a salad and sandwich, and support the efforts, but proceeds go right into our community. Really. Which I think is awesome. And then, so I want you to talk about the Commons, but there's another restaurant coming too to add to that, right?
Yes, we have another restaurant called Pienza, and we're going to have pizza and pasta. But again, all the dough, get it, for the pizza is going to go back into the community. 100% of the profits are going to go to Staten Island. So with the Commons Cafe, just in case anyone watching is not aware, it's on the grounds of the teleport. And anyone is welcome to drive in. So I always say, if you're going to Kohl's or you're going to the DMV, got to stop and get your coffee with us. The Nicotras gave $1.4 million as an investment into the community. They have never taken a penny of profit from the Commons Cafe. So they gifted the money to start it. So the cafe started owing no one. It was built, created about 20 new jobs. And then we've given away we opened in 2011. We've given away $900,000.
Wow.
So we are paused right now, but we are going to come back strong. And we know that within the next 12 months, we'll get to our $1 million mark of giving in the community. And that's just the beginning, because Pienza is hopefully going to double what we can give to the community. And we give to all nonprofits. So that's Boy Scout groups, churches, schools. We've given to every school on Staten Island, public, private. We really are focused on making a positive impact culturally. We work with a lot of different cultural groups like Sundog Theater. We support the American Cancer Society, which I know is close to your heart. And we really try to make sure that it's very easy to apply. So I used to be a fundraiser. I'm recovered. No, I'm kidding. That's actually, no, I was a fundraiser for the first 15 years of my career, and that's how I met Lois and Richard Nicotra. So when we started the application process, we said to ourselves, let's make this very easy, because a lot of Staten Island nonprofit groups are so small, they don't have fundraisers working for them. I was lucky enough to work for St. John's University for many years, which is the Nicotra's alma mater as well as mine. But we wanted to make sure that for anyone running a nonprofit group out of the basement of their house, in the spare time they have outside of their 9-to-5 job, they're able to apply and make their nonprofit work happen. And that's the investment that Lois and Richard Nicotra want to make in our borough. They really do. They put their money where their mouth is. They love the borough.
Yeah, and they've done that for a very long time, and I think that goes back to Richie's roots here. Yeah, and on behalf of us, we have to say thank you as well, because you guys have certainly supported our efforts over the years, whether it be through our Rotary Club or our foundation and the work that we do here, in addition to the schools that have bowling programs and sports programs. So thank you to the foundation for certainly supporting those efforts.
It's been our pleasure. You know, you saying that reminds me that we supported one of the first nonprofits we supported, I think, was the bowling league at Farrell High School. Mr. Tierney had approached me. So, you know, it's fun too, because I have to say, selfishly, I get to learn about all of the things going on in the borough. So I feel very well versed in how fabulous the borough is.
Right. All the good stuff. All the good stuff. That's good.
I do. And you know what? That's I feel like that's a work perk for me.
Yeah, and we have so many nonprofits and so many organizations that do really good work here, which makes that job very difficult as well.
Yeah,
yeah, it does. And you know, the grants right now were modest in the sense that they're not what you'd get if you went to a very large foundation. But what we've tried to do is really make sure that we're somehow supporting in some way every nonprofit that applies. And if for some reason the board, which makes the decision on who to support, if for some reason they question something, we always tell people it's not no, it's not right now, and come back to us. Just fix what it is and come back. And, you know, very rarely does anyone get turned down. We're very into making this very accessible.
Yeah, I was going to say, for those that I know that have received grants, I'm not sure I've really heard anybody say not right now, which is a great way to look at it too. And that shows the commitment from Lois and Richie, with, bar none, awesome stuff. So, and the pizza restaurant
is going to be
in the new building.
It's going to be in Corporate Commons 3, which is right next door to the teleport. There's on the corner of Travis and South Avenue, there's football field. So we're right next to that. You can't miss the building if you drive anywhere near it. We are so excited. 8 stories, 330,000 square feet. We're going to have 3 floors of the Lois and Richard Nicotra Charter School, which is not run by us, but it was named after the Nicotras. It's an early college charter school. So anyone who's listening and hasn't heard of that, that's a great school, because if you graduate high school there, you also graduate with an associate's degree worth of credits, and it's free. So it's a really, we're just always interested in fostering and cultivating, growing beautiful opportunities for our borough, and especially for the kids in our borough.
Yeah, and that's awesome. So we had Principal Mellis on with us of New Ventures. And so that's part of the same program. Yeah.
It is part of Integration Charter School. And you know what? I just did want to mention too that I just found out that we cemented the date Monday, working with Brian Licata, who said he was recently with you.
He was here this morning.
So I messaged him and I said, are we on? And I messaged I was going to be on with you. And he said, I just left there. So that's Staten Island for you, the small town in the big city. But Brian Licata and the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, Linda Barron, were so thrilled. They selected us. And Monday at 8:30, from 8:30 till 10:30 a.m. at 1110 South Avenue, which is the glass building right next to the Hilton. So that's Monday from 8:30 till 10:30 a.m. The Staten Island Chamber of Commerce is going to be distributing free masks. So if any business would like to come and get a box of masks, I will be there and I will place them in your trunk. But it's really focused on the tenants from the corporate park of Staten Island, but it is certainly open to any business. So I wanted to mention that. It happened that it was cemented this morning, so I wanted to mention it while I'm here with you, because I know that it's a big expense for businesses to really equip themselves.
Yeah, and shout out to Brian as well. So Brian was here. He dropped off masks for us.
Great.
And, so in addition to Monday, Wednesday, I know I volunteered myself to go to make deliveries, but they're making deliveries to businesses on Wednesday, and then there's a pickup at the Advance, but then Monday. So 8 to 10:30, right?
We're going to do 8:30 till 10:30, and we're going to be right in front of 1110 South Avenue, which is the headquarters of the Nicotra Group. It's the building right next to the Hilton. So between 8:30 and 10:30 Monday, if you drive towards the Hilton, I'll stand in the middle of the street and stop you, throw masks in your trunk.
Throw at least 6 feet away.
Well, I have a good arm. I'll throw it from a distance.
Oh, that's funny. And so I want to go back to the facilities for a second, because I think that the social distancing has to be a little bit of a challenge in a hotel space, and you guys have done a great job telling that story as well, and what you guys have been up to. So and I think this is an unknown, because I think we fall in the same phase 4, which is now all over the place. Anticipation of the ballroom space opening up. Do you guys what's the thought process there, at least for you guys at this point?
It's so funny, because I'm such a planner, and obviously our event planners are planners, but I think that right now getting into guessing what it's going to be like is probably not good territory, because I think that, well, first I will share with you that we are calling it physical distancing. We feel we can be socially connected, physically distant, and socially connected.
Love it.
So thank you. We're very focused on creating a feeling that we are connected. And that's, again, goes back to the Love Staten Island concept. It goes back to hospitality. We want to smile at you, and the mask is hiding our smile. So we are going to find every way. Like if you mention when you call Lorenzo's and you mention that it's a celebration, I am telling you there will be something written on your bag. And we heard from one of our Nicotra's ballroom couples that they were celebrating their anniversary, so there was a little something special in their bag. So if you let us know you're celebrating, we are really making every effort to get past the physical distance and socially connect. As for what's to come, I wish I knew, but we are planning for every different scenario and trying to do it, again, with safety in mind. That's the most important thing. We want everybody to be healthy. My daughter's graduating tomorrow from St. Joseph by the Sea.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And, in March, when I started to see things were not going to be as most senior years go, she said, we just have to focus on health, Mom. Everything else could be celebrated later on. And that's it's really been the mantra. Let's focus on health, and we'll get back to everything else. We will.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're in this. I mean, to guessing game, we're in the same boat for us, because we just got pushed a little bit longer, and we still don't have a date. We have no idea, and we don't know. The guidelines are all over the place. So, you know what? We keep saying it, but we're all in this together, and we'll figure it out.
And it's hard to listen to all the reports of so many other areas of the United States their numbers starting to go back up, that, you don't know if that's in the cards for us, or I think we're doing the right thing by standing ground, and, but, you don't know. The future is.
Well, I think that you have to be, we have to be prudent, we have to be optimistic, and we have to be ready to go. And that's really the best that we can do. And, Lois and Richard Nicotra often do things that make me remember, boy, I'm lucky. I'm lucky to work for them. A few weeks ago, we were, deep into it, and the masks are on, and it is challenging to work. And in the middle of the day, I got a text, it was a group text for all of our staff that are currently working. And it was from Mr. and Mrs. Nicotra, and it said, the flowers are blooming outside. So at some point today, walk outside into the wedding garden and take a look. And I thought, there's a big, strong reminder to, you know, stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
And I really feel like we all have to do that along the way. There can be a lot of anxiety right now for everybody, but in the end, we will get back to doing this, and we'll get back to doing what we do together as a community.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. And, you know, many brides are upset through all of this, and you know what? We'll get to celebrate by all means.
You know what?
I think we're going to have bigger parties when we can.
I'm sorry?
I think we're going to have bigger parties when we can finally celebrate.
Well, I think people will come together with a very special feeling. And I know even the drive-by celebrations right now, even if I'm attending with someone, like I'm attending a daughter's classmate and I don't know that child, I cry. You know, I cry as we drive by because I feel that emotion. I feel the connection. And I think we're all connected very deeply. Again, physically distant, very socially and emotionally connected. So I think that brides and grooms are going to have very special celebrations, and couples are going to have special celebrations. And even if you had a communion ceremony in the church, if you choose to put that dress on again in a couple of months and have that same luncheon or that same party, it's going to feel very, very special. And we are all about making memories, and you know, those memories can be made at any time, and we're going to be there again to celebrate.
Yeah. You know, it must be a wonderful feeling for the Nicotras to be able to give back to Staten Island in the way that they do. And it's a very fortunate position for them to be in, I can imagine.
Well, you know, they worked very, very hard. They they took loans, they continue to take loans to build their business. They work 7 days a week. We all do, the team who works for them. They are examples to us. You know, people say lead by example. If there's a piece of garbage on the floor, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Nicotra is going to stoop down and get that garbage off the floor. You know, people often say it's so clean here, it's like Disney World. And I say, it's by design. You know, Walt Disney, Milton Hershey, all the great names, they led by example.
Absolutely.
They're clear communicators. And I learn every day from the Nicotras. I always say I got my bachelor's and my master's from St. John's, but I'm getting a doctorate in life from working for the Nicotras. They are compassionate. You know, we've all been talking to our team throughout this, and we really feel like we're in a boat and everybody has their oar in the water, and we're all in it together. So we're constantly communicating. And again, that's from them. And they are special because they grew up here. They've always lived within a mile of where they work and where they built their business. They could have, when they had Everything Yogurt, they could have chosen to put their headquarters anywhere. They chose here.
Yeah. And the awesome part about what you guys do, and I mean, you're by their side constantly. And so, and they're very lucky to have someone like you. When you go there for any event, I'm telling you, breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, they're always making an appearance. Yeah. So it's like, Kristine, do you have a bed at home? Do you have a room in the hotel? But and it shows there, and it's no different than when people walk into our facility that we're always here, because it's a big piece of, hi, welcome to our facility, and have a special occasion. You're having a special occasion, and whether it's for the 2 minutes that they walk into the room to just say hello, you know that they're not just saying hello. They're also looking to make sure everything is done the way it's supposed to be done. Right. But it makes for a special occasion, and it shows their commitment, not just to the community, but certainly their business.
You know, I feel like it takes it from just a corporate, having your event in a corporate place, to actually having it at someone's private place. Like they take
that's exactly what we're shooting for, Naz. And I'm thrilled that you feel that way. And you know, I had events at the Hilton. I had my daughter who's graduating, I had her baptism at the Hilton. So I wasn't working there yet when I chose to have it there. And I chose to have it there because my house wasn't big enough to host my whole big family. And I wanted to have it somewhere where I felt at home. And so that is exactly what we're trying to do. And that's why so many people come back and celebrate, you know, again, before I was working there, I had my daughter's baptism. I had my in-laws' 50th anniversary and communions. And, you know, Frank, certainly your business gives that same feeling. And I will never forget when my mother-in-law, who has bowled there every Friday. Now, I have been a Garlisi for 20 years. And as long as I can remember, she's been bowling there on Fridays, and she missed a couple of Fridays. And you messaged me to ask how she was without even, you know, and I will never forget that. And that is the type of connection that we have in this community. And certainly when you come to the Nicotras, when you get married with us, when you start your life with us, or when you have any event with us, you are part of the family. You're part of the Nicotra family. I just had a guest message me from Georgia saying that her husband's driving up and wants a room. You know, I don't know that many hotels have this relationship with their guests where, you know, and I'm checking on her children by name and asking how they're doing. And you know, I love it. I love it. And, you know, it's kind of you to say that the Nicotras are lucky, but boy, am I lucky if I never win anything else in my life. This was a professional lottery because, you know, it's not just the learning. It's, you know, even simple things like the time to write a thank you card. That's part of my day. And that's important to me. And so it is a gift. And now we're just working really hard to get back to and beyond, even better, a grand reopening of all of our assets of the buildings so that we can be fully staffed again and create those memories. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I was just going to add to what you're sorry. I was just going to add to what you were just saying. You know, you could go to, I travel a lot, many hotels, and I know that they're privately owned, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's certainly not the same. And so,
well, there's no Hilton Garden Inn that's going to have the grand grounds, which, by the way, everyone is welcome to come and walk right now. If you park at the Love Sculpture, you can walk all the way back to where the wedding gardens are. There's a gazebo there. It's just beautiful. So if you're looking for another place to walk, you're welcome to, you know, park in Love. And you can, I always have this right near me at all times. Park in Love, and you can walk what we call the garden path, and you'll pass the Hampton Inn and Suites, which is like no other Hampton in the world. It has an equestrian theme because that's where the West Shore Stables once were. And then you can walk towards the Hilton. If it's Monday between 8:30 and 10:30, I'll have masks in front of 11 as you pass by. And, you know, there's no other Hilton like it because, again, when you're building in your hometown, there's a certain pride in knowing that people are going to know this is your place. Yeah. So that's really why we have so much attention to detail, because Lois and Richard Nicotra feel like we want this to be a gem of Staten Island. If you're welcoming people from off island to come stay here, we want to give them the very best.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going with that as well, was the fact that it's like a bed and breakfast, so to speak. When you go to a small town bed and breakfast and they're owned by the family, you kind of expect that. You don't expect that when you go to a large hotel and entity. And so that's what makes it even more special.
Yeah, I agree.
So, well, you know, the staff that's there also, I think what makes it unique is in hospitality, quite often, you know, and I taught hospitality at St. John's for about a decade as an adjunct professor. And I used to say that if you come work with us, you'll probably stay. If you go work somewhere else, hospitality is the kind of fields people enjoy because they jump from property to property. We have staff with us. We opened in 2001, the weekend after the Trade Center disaster. So that was not a good time for the country. It was certainly not a good time to open a hotel. But the Nicotras had made the investment. They pushed forward. I would say about 60 or 70% of our staff has been there since the beginning.
Wow.
It's remarkable. And Lois and Richard Nicotra also gift scholarships for college and for higher education to their employees' children and grandchildren. You know, they always say they want our life to be better because we worked for them. And I think that's why we work so hard for them. You know, we feel that investment.
Yeah. So how were they fortunate enough to snag you? How did that process happened?
I think it's the reverse. I was fortunate enough to go ask them for a donation quite often. I started with them just a couple of hours a week when they decided to have the Lois and Richard Nicotra Foundation become a part of how they were doing their philanthropy. Before that, as Frank referred, they've been generous for many, many years, but it hadn't been regimented and recorded. It was, like many of us, people would ask you for something and they would gift it. So when they started to think about that and impacting Staten Island in a significant way, they decided to form a family foundation. And at that time, they asked me to come help. And again, just started a couple of hours a week.
Interesting. And now look at it.
Chief of staff.
She's the guru.
She's the hospitality guru. She's the love guru.
No, my colleague Carol and my other colleague Corinne. Carol is the vice president of the banquets division, and Corinne is the general manager for Lorenzo's. And we have Kim Pintus, who is the general manager of the Hilton, and Robin Warren, general manager of the Hampton. A lot of women, as Mr. Nicotra says.
I know. I understand. Same thing here.
So, we all work together beautifully. We support each other, and they really are the hospitality gurus. I'm the chief of stuff. So,
yeah, I would ask you, what does a day in the life look like for Kristine? But I don't know if we have enough time for that. It starts at home with either kicking the girls out and doing your thing, and then So who's been teaching during this? I mean, this is you or your husband. Who's been teaching the girls?
Well, we've both been working, and I have to say that since I have two self-sufficient teenage daughters and a school that already was virtual on snow days, the transition was seamless, and we were very lucky that their school, St. Joseph by the Sea, they're on iPads. They were already set up to use platforms that help the teachers start teaching virtually. So I feel very lucky. I do know a lot of my colleagues and friends are celebrating today being the last day of school for the Department of Education. I know it's been tough on people trying to balance both, have the energy and the mental bandwidth to do both. So I applaud the teachers and all the parents. And certainly I've been a resource for my girls, but I'm proud to say they're focused and independent, and I'm super proud of them.
And they are. If you follow anything that Kristine shares, we know that you're proud of your girls, and they're awesome too.
If I have a fault, it's that I have many faults, but if I have if you want to point it out that I'm a proud mom, I'm a proud mom. And I tell you that sometimes I share it just because I know it'll pop up on a Facebook memory a few years from now when I'm no longer sharing when they're young adults. So in a way, it's kind of a little cheat sheet of fond memories to start my day.
That's awesome. Hey, Kristine, thanks so much for finally dropping in with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for your patience. When you first asked a couple of months ago, I was really focused on various responsibilities that were new to me. And now I felt like I was grateful when I reached back out to you. You were very warm and welcoming. And so I appreciate the invitation. And Naz, it's nice to see you as well.
Nice to see you too.
And give our regards home.
Yes.
We can't wait to see you in person.
And see Rosemary back.
And we're just excited to, one day we'll be back in action.
We will.
And we'll be celebrating a lot at the Hilton because I know many organizations and functions are going to happen over a period of time. So I'm sure we'll be seeing you on a much more regular basis.
We will welcome you with open arms. And everybody, see me in love Staten Island. Hope to see everybody there. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Kristine.
Thanks, Kristine.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What a wonderful way to end our week.
It really is. We're officially ending the week here on Live from Rabs. With Kristine's spirit is awesome, and I can't echo the amazing work that they do. And if there's somebody that's committed to their work, it's certainly Kristine. And so thank you, Kristine, for certainly dropping in
and joining us and spreading some love.
Please give a socially distant hug to Richie and Lois. They're They're amazing. They really are amazing people.
Yes.
And
check out that Facebook page.
Yes.
Love Staten Island.
And please share your positivity there.
Yeah, it's a nice place to go for just positive stuff and just filter out all the nonsense.
No garbage. Go there with
and there's
positivity.
A lot of nonsense there.
So Monday for businesses, you're looking for some masks, go run over to the Hilton.
Yep.
Otherwise, if I said it, thank you to the Staten Island Chamber. The SIEDC is also providing masks for businesses and their members. But if you are in business and you're looking for some support, reach out for sure. And there are opportunities for delivery and pickup of some PPE and
and even some signage. I believe Mattio's office was doing some stuff too. So there's stuff around. If you're in business, there's help there. Yeah. There's help.
Hey, and Kristine talked about the last day of school, but congratulations to all the graduates.
Yes, and we had a lot of them.
A lot.
They were popping up on my page the last 2 days, even though I don't like to go there too much. But it's nice to see the graduations.
Yeah.
And, there are really some out-of-the-box ways of graduation.
I watched a little bit of New York High School's graduation where they're in the cars and every graduate's getting a hunk. So they did, some of the schools did a virtual celebration and then they're doing an in-person celebration as well. So congratulations. And
yes, some of them are doing
all the graduates.
Full kind of graduation.
Yeah. And you know what? Good for them. These kids certainly deserve the recognition for the hard work. And it's not just in their senior year, it's over the 4 years that,
absolutely.
that they're in their respective schools. So.
And and the ones who don't get to celebrate the traditional way, it's a lesson to learn going forward. Memory. It's a memory.
Talk about making memories.
It is definitely a memory. And you know what? They'll learn that, not everything is going to be the way you plan it. And this is what we're going to do.
Well, and it's like Kristine talked about, we've been trying to plan. It's very hard for us to not have control over a situation.
It's difficult.
We were, as we've been talking about the last couple of days, we've been trying to work towards this phase 4 opening, which was potentially July 20th if all went well. And we've always prefaced it by if all goes well.
Everything goes
well. And all is going well. However, new information and light, they're looking at our business very differently than they were before. I could argue a lot of their points, but that's okay. HVAC is one of their things.
It's a new sticking point.
But supermarkets, JCPenney, none of them have HVAC units, Naz. Restaurants, none of them have HVAC units.
I think it's the combination of the closeness and amount of people.
Yeah,
combined with the.
You're not selling me on it.
I'm sorry. People are working out. Listen,
the supermarket is the worst place to be going to. And you can't use that size of a facility and compare it otherwise.
I would have been okay with it if they were sticking with the restriction on the number of people in the store. I would agree with.
Yeah, but
then I could understand. But no, that's pretty much all.
And it's so sad. I don't mean to
rant.
No, but it's concerning that we're looking at what we're talking about one thing, and now you're telling other industries, oh no.
Well, because they consider a supermarket essential.
It is essential. I got that. But you can't tell me the problems in this business are any different than those that you have to keep
No, they're
open.
not. The problems aren't different. Yeah. They're just saying, well, you don't really need to go to the gym.
So
clearly, I need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm definitely using that as an excuse.
And there are certain businesses, I get it. I get it. We're talking out of multiple sides out of the mouth right now, and it's not healthy. It's not good because now you're creating another bad environment for these businesses. So we're going to share some information, but the bowling centers around New York State have been banding together to share our story, share our plans. There is a change.org petition that we do need help from the people to help tell our story. So we're going to ask you for some help.
Oh yeah, well that's
and
great.
It's more. We've all been. Our elected officials have been great. They support our efforts. They really believe that we should have the opportunity to open when we were told to. But we're getting pushed a little bit, so we're just concerned of what the long-term impact.
Is this just become another way to, at a later date, push back even more?
And then what does that become? And you can't keep pushing. How far does it go? Right. And that's our concern. We need to listen. Lots of people rely on businesses like ours. So funny. Today's meme of the day. I'm in the 2020. We're in the theme of 2020. These are not meant to be negative. They're meant to laugh at. I
love Kermit. And he can't believe that Tiger King was the most normal part of 2020.
Can you say it like Kermit would?
Oh, no, I can't. You should have saved that for when Joe Cal was here. I should have saved it when Joe Cal
comes back, yeah. I laughed hysterically. That was shared.
It's a funny one.
I thank my friend Nancy Shank for that one. That came from Nancy. And I've been watching more of the Tiger King.
Really?
Yeah, because I like documentary crazy stuff, like real life stories.
I feel like that's made up though.
So now, as you get into the series, you get to the middle of the series, you get more. Like I'm actually more like excited about their lawsuits against each other. The fact that
I understand,
like that stuff. Like they're stupid. They're just not, But it is interesting.
Yeah,
it really makes for a very good story. If the documentary was filmed in a better way,
more believable.
Yeah,
right.
I think there's
instead of it seems kind of campy. I mean,
that's out there.
I didn't really watch it. I just flipped through and go back to watching The Politician.
We have we're up to the finale of season 1.
Oh, it's good.
So that'll be probably tomorrow. Tonight's bingo night, so I'm not watching TV tonight.
Have the new players come in yet?
No.
The new characters? Do you know who they are?
I know who they are, yeah, but no, they haven't come into
the Bette Midler and Judith Light.
Judith Light, Bette Midler,
my
gosh. And Jessica Lange is.
Yeah, she's gone after this.
But I love her.
She plays a crazy person really, really good.
Listen,
very believable.
We loved watching her in Feud, Betty and Joan. She played.
Yes.
She played Joan Crawford.
She
played Joan.
Great. She's really, I believe, underrated. She's very malleable to different roles,
and she's had some great roles over the years.
Yeah,
but this one is another, and she wasn't nominated for this role.
No, she wasn't.
Which I thought was interesting. I thought she was very good in supporting. Yeah. But again, looking at the list, you thought, I could see why.
Right.
And her not coming back doesn't give her the opportunity to see it. But that character is if anybody's watched The Politician, that's a cuckoo character, and there's a lot of cuckoo-ness. But Ben Platt is awesome.
He's so good,
and I like all the students really. Yes. And it's that show showcases everything. Every situation that we've ever dealt with, which I think is really cool, and humanizes everybody. So
even though
race, gender, sexual orientation, I mean, it doesn't make a difference, but it's I don't know. I think it's a little over embellished to an extent.
Well, I think because exaggeration makes things more. Oh yeah, makes you
because you're not going to see all of those characters in one place at one time doing the same thing. Between the principal, who's deaf. Then you have the players who's gay, who's straight, who's
right.
I learned pansexual. Who's I just what?
Yeah.
But again, and it's not about not about that at all.
No,
but
it's not.
But
they bring their stories together. Yeah.
Who's catching who?
I really thought it was
it's done really well. Well, listen, Ryan Murphy is a genius, but he's absolutely talented.
Yeah.
He's like the richest man of Netflix. I mean, he got a $300 million deal.
Oh, did he? I didn't even know that.
I think it's 150 or 300. It's
well
one of those
earned.
Numbers, but it's a lot of millions.
A lot of hundreds of millions
for 10 projects.
Well, he's earning it.
And he had projects before Netflix, but he keeps coming back. The whole Feud series that he created, the Betty and Joan, that was supposed to then be Harry and Diana, and first of all, he's getting sued by Olivia de Havilland, who's 90-something years old, living in Paris.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
He's because of the way he portrayed her in the first
one in Feud,
and he really didn't portray her. I mean, I'm sure it's true, which is why she's having a heart attack. Yeah. But she's living in Paris, fine.
She should probably just
and she's suing him. She might be 100. She's close to
She's up there.
She's up there. She should leave her. And then he couldn't continue the series because of that. And then there were some other. I think the royal family kind of broke his chops about it. If you read about it, but Pose, he's behind that, which is another.
He's a talented storyteller.
Yeah, Johnny. He did the Versace piece too.
Oh, that was awesome too. Yeah. That was really, really good. I enjoyed that too.
So check it out. Yeah, check out any of his work. His work is really it's good.
Good stuff.
It's different. Yeah. Politician. Yeah, no, it's been good. I have to finish Tiger King though. I think I have one more left.
It makes for good TikTok.
Oh my God, Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Hey, so it's our 25th anniversary. We've been sharing some old photos. This isn't that old.
No,
but this is you and I
see this one. And Mom.
And my beautiful mother. This was the New York City honored us, recognized us as one of the top small business of the year for Staten Island. So it was pretty cool.
That was wonderful. That was a very nice little soiree they had.
That was an interesting soiree.
Sweltering soiree.
It was a sweltering soiree. We didn't really know what to expect. But it was outdoor. Al Cerullo was the reason why we were selected for that award. He had nominated us. And interesting event. But we got to actually, when I liked the mayor, we got to meet the mayor. So I'm glad it was him. Michael Bloomberg was presented the awards. It was a cool thing. It was really nice. Yeah. Nice event. And there's a nice picture of us. And my mom.
It was a nice picture of all of us.
Yeah. It's us. Because it doesn't matter. Nobody doesn't
I won't go there.
I kept writing notes here and I'm all over the place today.
So anyway, I would like to announce that the Pro Shop breaking news. We will be opening by appointment. Not this coming week, but I believe it'll be phase 3 starting the following week, right? Is phase 3 starting this week? No. Because yes. We will be opening by appointment 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will have an app to book appointments, and we will also post within that app an ability to give us your locker number if you just need something simple, like you need some maybe some tape or something, and we can plug your weight hole. So we're setting that up over the weekend, and we're going to start taking appointments during next week to start the following week.
So formal announcement to come?
Formal announcement to come. But this is breaking news, and because you're here, you know it. You heard it first.
You know it first.
Correct.
So be on the lookout for that announcement. So that's awesome.
Jimmy is...
you won't be able to throw the ball down the lane?
No, you won't. The bowling center will be closed, but we're going to kind of have the... situation like everything else. You'll be in your car and tell us when you get here, and we will come and open the door for you, and you can come in, and we'll take care of you. Jimmy will take care of you. You probably won't recognize him anymore.
Is he going to shave for when he comes back?
I don't know if he's going to shave.
Well, we'll have to,
I don't know. He may like it.
We should start a bet.
Maybe we'll start a bet.
So that's awesome. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing some folks in some way, shape, or fashion.
Yeah, even if it's just for a couple minutes, come in, say hello.
So look for that. Yeah. You'll get to see us and Jimmy. I haven't seen Jimmy since
and we are prohibited from showing
2 days
pictures
later,
of him. We do have pictures of him.
I wanted to show a picture of Jimmy and they wouldn't let me. I was trying to give that to you. Jimmy Libetti, of course. So today's Friday. It's the end of the week.
And you know what that means?
That means, yes. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
B-I-N-G-O.
You know how to say. I know you know how to spell it.
I know how to spell it. And I know how to.
So tonight, if you want to join us, the Staten Island, the Nicotra Rotary Club of Staten Island hosts virtual bingo night. This is the 8th bingo night. It'll be the last one for a couple of weeks as people are down. We're getting back into a rhythm of things. So minimum jackpot tonight of $500 for bingo. Last week we gave out a lot of clams for money wheel and money prize wheel.
Over $1,000 total, right?
Oh, between the bingo with over $700 in the money wheel,
right?
Yeah. Alone. So check it out, sinotrarotary.org/bingo. The set from Live from Rabs gets moved into a bingo hall, and Naz goes home to play bingo. Kristine Dehart joins me here, and we have some fun. So check it out. Win some prizes while also supporting our efforts in our community. So,
yeah, and this has been a nice way for the Rotary to kind of raise some funds and have let everybody have a good time, and because they do so much in the community, and this year in particular, there are going to be a lot of nonprofits in need, and they're going to be in dire straits without help from all of us.
Yeah, like I say it every day. We're all in this together. So Daniel, we'll have you on. I'll reach out. We'll get you on, and would love to have you come in and give us an update from Daniel's world. We miss Super Coach Daniel. It's not the same. Naz, we're very lucky. So we had a lot of noise here today. So yesterday,
it has quieted down quite a bit.
Well, yeah, that too. But we had a bird in the building. So yesterday we started hearing this little chirping, and it wasn't just a little; it was a lot, and like nonstop. So a bird was. We assumed he or she was in the ceiling, in the back. But when we made our way closer to that point, she would be quiet. We're going to call her a she for this,
right? For the sake of it,
the moment.
Whatever.
So, couldn't find her. Poor Tina was here all night, had to listen to, and I'm telling you, if constant. I have a little video, I think. I'm not.
Do you? Well, I will tell you.
Hear it.
I don't know what's going on with the birds right now, but in my neighborhood,
constant, didn't stop.
It's probably lost.
Well, so finally, but you had to be here listening to this. So this morning, I looked. Tina and I got here about the same time, and I just looked at her, and I was like, "Oh no, not happening!" Like it was louder. So obviously the bird may have been in the building. So finally I went towards lane 1 and I tracked down. She hopped. She couldn't fly. So usually when they're chirping like that, there's a problem. They can't get out. Maybe they're hurt. So she then she bounced around, flew a little bit.
Oh, so she was here, not in the ceiling.
Behind lane 1. Oh. She might have been in the ceiling and came out of the ceiling. Right. They took a ceiling tile down last night to try to get it out.
Oh,
so we don't know. She could have been inside the whole time. We don't know.
Right.
So finally, Tina and I chased it down. Tina put on a pair of gloves, picked her up, and we let her outside. She was injured a little bit, not being able to fly, but a baby, so she'll heal.
Right.
But I'm very glad that we're not listening to her anymore because it was a lot.
Like I said, I don't know what's going on with the birds, but around my house, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's experiencing this, it literally sounds like a jungle all day and half of the night.
Now? So we had that for a while at my house, and now we have a lot of birds, especially because the Fresh Kills Park, not the landfill, not the dump, the park, lots of them. So we always, but in the beginning of all this, like it was huge. So it's kind of quieted a little bit, but they're thrown off. They have no clue. There's no traffic.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot.
Well, they were busy too. They had their,
they're on my. It's funny because I just said, I'm going to put a bird bath outside. But you know what? I wouldn't do it now because it would be covered. Because they're literally on my lawn.
Wow. Oh, we don't have that issue.
Yeah.
They're all over the place in the trees.
Well, I know that the North Shore of Staten Island, that little stretch there, is like a migratory path. And so there's a lot of different species of birds that kind of pass through there. But yeah, it's loud.
It is
constant,
and they singing.
It's very. It does give you a tropical feel though. Sometimes I like to just sit on my porch.
Close the windows though at night.
Oh, that doesn't bother me.
Oh no,
but it is a lot and it's loud. It makes me feel. I just close my eyes and imagine that I'm sitting on the beach somewhere in the Caribbean, listening to the birds.
And just put your diffuser on at home and add some water smell or whatever it is.
Well, some coconut and pineapple.
The birds, the poor birds, they're all over the place. Yeah. They're a mess. The squirrels too. They're a mess too. Well, hey, thanks for watching today. It's Friday. tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
And
we're off on Saturday and Sunday now. So if you didn't pick up on that yesterday, now you know. We are now going to be live 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, until further notice. But phase 2 for Live from Rabs was taking off the weekends as a whole. So it'll be a nice break. Although I'll be coming here at least on Saturday.
Correct.
I'm sure. We just won't be
Yes.
here with you. So tune in. We'll be back on Monday, 2 o'clock. And we've got a whole nother week of special guests.
Fun and guests.
Can't wait for it. But in the meantime, like, share.
Smash the like button.
Spread the word. Go visit Love Staten Island and share some good words as well. Or go there for some inspiration just to make you smile.
Yeah, sometimes you just need something positive to make you smile.
And until then, have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Bye-bye. That was awesome.